Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're jumping into the 2025 Oscars. Not just the winners list, but really what the whole ceremony told us about where Hollywood is heading. We've looked at Reddit threads, Forbes analysis, some of those behind-the-scenes whispers, and our goal here is to unpack how these awards kind of reflected Hollywood's big pushes. Innovation, taking risks, diversity, while it's still figuring itself out.
Yeah, it's fascinating, really, because the ceremony, well, despite some obvious bumps in the road, it gave us this surprisingly honest look at where the industry stands. You saw some big steps forward, for sure, but it also laid bare some challenges that are still pretty deep-rooted.
Okay, so speaking of those pushes, let's start with innovation. The big buzzword everywhere seemed to be AI. The Brutalist got a lot of attention. Adrian Brody won Best Actor, which was huge. But it kicked off this whole debate because AI was used to tweak his Hungarian accent.
Right. And the insight there, which was all over the Reddit discussions, is that it's not just about, being transparent. When the Academy starts talking about AI disclosure rules, it's really about Hollywood trying to figure out, well, how much tech can help versus how much it fundamentally changes a performance. They're even trying to differentiate, like, corrective AI, maybe fixing an accent, versus generative AI that creates something totally new. It's like drawing a line in the sand.
And the irony, oh man, the irony. While everyone's talking tech, the big historic Hulu live stream, it cuts out right before Best Actress and Best Picture. You just couldn't script that better. And happened literally as Sean Baker, who won Best Director for Nora, was on stage saying support movie theaters, not just streaming. Wow.
It's such a Hollywood moment, isn't it? That glitch just perfectly highlighted the friction between old school cinema and these new ways of watching, especially when you have a Nora, this tiny $6 million film, championing the theater experience.
Yeah.
And then the streaming platform covering its big night kind of stumbles. It really shows the growing pains.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so moving past the tech drama and the live stream fails, the Oscars this year really seemed to embrace films that took chances, different kinds of stories. I mean, a Nora, $6 million budget, independent film, and it just cleans up. Best Picture. And Sean Baker ties Walt Disney's record. 4 Oscars for one film in one night. That's a statement.
It absolutely is. And if you look at the bigger picture, it suggests the Academy is maybe more willing now to reward smaller, more unconventional films. Think about the substance, too. A body horror movie getting 5 nominations. Okay, so it only won for makeup and hairstyling in the end. But just getting that kind of recognition, it shows that taking risks, doing something outside the usual box is getting noticed, even if it doesn't always grab the absolute top prize.
Right. And then the third big piece, diversity. There were some genuinely historic moments this year. Zoe Saldana, first American of Dominican descent to win Best Supporting Actress for Emilia Perez. Amazing bilingual performance. And Paul Tazewell, first Black man to win Best Costume Design for Wicked. Plus Latvia getting its first ever Oscar for Flow in animated feature. Those are real milestones. You can't deny that.
They're definitely monumental wins. But you also have to ask how deep the change goes, right?
Yeah.
We still haven't had a woman win Best Cinematography ever. And then you see Mikey Madison, who's 25, winning Best Actress over Demi Moore, a veteran. For the substance, it kind of highlights that age bias question for women that just keeps lingering in Hollywood. So yes, progress in some areas, but the overall picture shows these systemic issues are still, well, very much there.
Okay.
It takes more than just a few awards.
And that tension was even visible right there on the red carpet. People making clear statements. Guy Pearce with his Free Palestine pin, Peter Strawn showing the Ukrainian flag. It felt like it wasn't just about the awards themselves, but about the industry finding its voice, or maybe multiple voices. That tension between celebrating success and challenging the way things are.
Exactly. So this deep dive into the 2025 Oscars really shows an industry kind of wrestling with where it's going. It's adopting new things, new voices are breaking through, but it's still fighting against some old habits, some ingrained patterns. And the big question really for you to think about is, are these big wins and bold statements going to spark real lasting change across the board? Or were they just moments, exceptions in the ongoing Hollywood story? Definitely something to keep an eye on.
That's it from us today. This is Lisa and Jim signing off from Pod Talk. Hope you all have an informative session. Please like and subscribe for more such sessions. We hope to see you soon with a brand new topic of discussion.